Hello. Well, as the title suggests, for this video I'm going to be talking about love and fear, and how they are each other's opposite, and how they are, well, readily available and prevalent and within this entire cosmos, this entire universe, and within us, recognized and utilized. As the struggle for our realization continues and our actualization as conscientious entities, we come to realize that in extremely simple terms, it does boil down to joining ultimately with one of two opinions. Either we are in agreement with love, which is about respect, mutual benefit, or we're in agreement with fear, and this causes hate and doubt and aggression. I find it strange that in our modern era, 2012 and beyond, but nonetheless, in this day and age we are in, there is still so much fear in the world, and it is the sole cause of all of the violence in the world, whether it be different forms of mind control or actual brutality of violence. It's been said that the evil in the world used to be very masculine, and now the evil in the world has become very feminine, in the way of whispers, secrets, manipulations, as opposed to just brutal violence. So, as a development of the good side of both is on the increase, so are the resistances to both sides. So in other words, the good sides of the masculine and the feminine are being challenged by the dark sides of both. And this is the propagation of the fear that is inside people, or else the love that is found to be inside somebody. Now, every single being that has a self-awareness is acting in a deliberation from a standpoint of love or else fear. Now, fear is ultimately based on control. When somebody can't control something and they can't come to terms to accept a happening, a circumstance, an opinion, then this individual or a group of individuals, since they no longer can control something, they act in a mode of fear and of aggression. So, for those that have the opinion of love and unity that are trying to attain this, then, you know, you're either trying to be a protagonist or else an antagonist from any standpoint and from any situation we might find ourselves in. So, looking at the planet in this age, when we still see so many examples of love and so many examples of fear manifesting in one type of violence or else another, then we can say that we are being sort of pushed to choose one or the other ultimately. Now, the interesting thing is there's not a single person that does not have any fear at all, and there's not a single person that doesn't have love in them. So whether we can say that there are dark forms of government that are aligning themselves with the opinion of those who are very fear-based and regressive types. They can be extraterrestrial biological entities, or they can be of spiritual matter, but of the opinion of fear-based aggression, or else in a harmony. So, since human beings have been here for such a long time, and since, whether a person wants to believe it or not, but since everybody has been reincarnating very many times, then the justification to remain in a fear-based modality seems to have less and less of an excuse. It's not necessary. Now, I could say, or I could suggest that it comes down to two things: whether someone wants to come to grips with the internal view, or someone's coming to grips with things from the externalized view. So when you hear of demonic entities and the draconian race and this and that and the other, what they're doing is utilizing their fear-based aggression and having that as the motive and the motorized engine, as it were, to go about things. But this is because they don't want to look internally and ask themselves if the problem is not stemming from within on a pride-based manner. A person that has an ounce of sanity can certainly agree that they can be right and they can be wrong. And when we are in fact wrong on something, it should be easy for us to admit it with the intent that we want to grow and learn and attain harmony. So similarly, when we are acting in a mode of righteousness because we are actually being right on something, then it should also be in a mode of harmony. You could think of thousands of religions and thoughts that are fear-based because the ones that are trying to impose things are themselves primarily full of fear, and they can't accept their outlook unless other beings are in agreement with their own fear. We have to understand that it is not for anybody else to tell you or I how to think. And it's not for you or I to tell anybody else how to think, how to be. It has to be self-actualized. So let's look at it. I mean, this is a very interesting time in human history right now. People can feel the pressure of something. We cannot continue in the way in which we're going. Because if we continue giving up power to matter and material and denying ourselves of the great divinity that we actually are, we're staying in these small compartments of confinement. But when we're in unity and seeking the mode of love, all is gentle, all is harmonized, all is more realistic. There are many people right now who are feeling a strong vibration of love and who are trying to join things. And even when a disagreement comes, trying to beat the evil, the fear-based motive with goodness. A person in the mode of goodness, in the mode of love, is trying to use this to overcome the fear that somebody has. Until we can overcome the fear within ourselves, we can never ever help others overcome the fear that is in them. So, since it has various forms and modalities, no one can be the expert on all levels of fear perhaps, or all levels of love perhaps. But when we have overcome a certain fear within us in a specific area, then it is easy, and only then can it be easy for us to do it from a righteous standpoint and help another to do so. So we cannot go to another country with aggression or fight another tribe with aggression and whatever human conflict has been from all corners of the world, and then expect that we're going to go into the next frontier of space and as is, self-destructive and full of fear. It seems that we wouldn't be wanted if that's the way that people are going to be. But for those that want the love and the harmony, they are going to have the resurrection of the body, which means not your physical body coming back, but a new being, a new mode of life, a new body of existence, which will give us the harmony that we crave. The world is what you make it, and the intention and your desire will give you exactly what you want. If you want conflict, you're going to get it. If you want to see negative things, you're going to see them. If you want to be paranoid, you're going to be paranoid. If you want to have love, you're going to find it too. Some birds are looking at me. I like birds very much. They're so cute. You know, we are spiritual entities that are within a low vibration of third-dimensional matter, in the mud, as I call it. We can't find the answers to the universe and expect to find the means and the causes of the universe in matter, unless we're looking at it the right way, unless we look at it as, oh, that's been designed by intelligence and by a loving gesture. Not many people do this, but I was taught to look at it from a few different schools of thought, and particularly in Hinduism and a few others that are similar to it, that, wow, look at the great manifested amounts of varying energy that have been put together so that we could learn and we could access things. It's been a marvelous gesture to us. So anyway, you know, we are in a part in our history where choose love or choose fear because there's nothing else. It's aligning with one or the other, and it always was that way. All violence and aggression is based upon fear, every single ounce of it. Even when good has to sometimes allow evil to attack evil. It is a fear, maybe in that case it becomes almost a righteous fear in the sense of, well, that's not allowed to happen. That needs to be defended on something. It's a great marvel. I mean, good and evil are eternal and belong to the source, and so do all. There's only one source to everything, ultimately. A lot of people can't see that, but it's true. And within the mind, to use this terminology, within the mind of God exists all things, and of there come all entities and beings. Anything we can think of has an actualization somewhere. It's incredible. When we get to that level of thought, it's very impressive. There are many planets, there are many worlds, there are many multi-dimensions of each planets and worlds. Strange that we should have so much fear than think that we deserve to go out and about in the universe and be as we are. Well, fear is only going to promote fear, but love is going to promote love. And a happy being is one that has harmony. An unhappy being does not have harmony, and harmony is based on love. Pure and simple. I like this story from the Buddhist school, when one of Siddhartha's followers said, "Lord Buddha, what is Buddhism?" And Siddhartha simply plucked a flower and went, "Love is giving, not controlling, not hating, but sometimes tough love, yeah. Karmic things are needed. But when we realize love is a gesture of giving the good, promoting the harmony, the desiring of the overall good. And I swear to you that even the bad things in this world, we need to go through it and overcome it in order to see that love is superior. As a testimony against it. We are a unique race of spiritual beings that are giving a testimony to the universe that we went as far as fear could go, and the answers of existence, of harmony, of knowledge of God and universal workings were not found to be happy within fear. I guess you might summarize it that way, perhaps. Anyways, love and peace and harmony be with you. Hope you have a marvelous morning, afternoon, night, week, weekend, whenever, however, in the now. In the now. A humble namaste to anybody and everybody from my own heart for you. I'm glad that many of us are connecting on these lovely wavelengths. Let's keep promoting it. Amen.